Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your Sagittarius March 2022 forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James. For those of you who are stopping by for the first time, welcome if that's the case, and hi to the subscribers. Always great to see you. We have the best club here, don't we? Our readings here are different. They're good. They use numerology, astrology, mysticism, and a whole bunch of other different things. And a number of Sagittarians have had personal clairvoyant readings with me over the last month. Probably for the new year, I guess, and see what's happening in the first quarter for them and for the rest of the year. And if you'd like to join them, just check out the information that's in the description box below, and I would be delighted to spend the one-on-one FaceTime with you, so FaceTime or Skype. But now we're going to use a deck which has a sub-Saharan African theme to it, which I'm very pleased to do because many of my clients are people of color. And so I want to see a deck that reflects the interests and history of those beautiful people who are now bonded to me. So let's see what there is in store for you, Sagittarius, in this month. Sagittarius, dear, dear to my heart, for what is, I think you'll assume, is the obvious reason. Now, let's see what there is in store first up. And it is the Queen Mother, Major Arcana number 3. What might there be from somewhere that looks undisturbed in the middle here, without looking at it, of course? Keep it professional. No cheating, no trickery, no shenanigans. Just the real deal. That's what we want, don't we? So let's see what that one is. Wow, look at that strength. You're going to dig the artwork on this. I know that you, of all people, will appreciate this because you love things of beauty and interest in art. I mean, okay, because your mind is so, so finely developed and broad in its interests and in its application. I have to say, is it not? Let's have a look here. There is the Ace of Coins. Well, it's pretty difficult to get a better card than that, but I'm not going to give anything away just yet. We'll do that in just a second, and we'll see what there is from here. Great feel to these cards. Wow, look at that, the 3 of gourds. Gourds, of course, are clay vessels used in sub-Saharan Africa in previous years in lieu of glass cups and for carrying water, obviously, and other liquids. But for our sakes, you can see them as being the suit of cups. But I'm going to refer to it as gourds because I'm going to pay homage to the developer who's done a great job on this artwork, as I'm sure you will agree. And finally, what do we have here? Wow, the 2 of coins. This is mind-blowing, this. Why don't you come down now? Have a seat here next to me. We'll have a good close look at it here. I've even got a Sagittarian card for you. Have a close look at the imagery on these cards together with me, and I'll do your reading for you. Right, wow, this looks great. Oh, there's your Sagittarius card right next to the first card you drew. So why don't we have a look at the first card that you drew? And it is the Queen Mother. Man, look at the images on this deck. Fantastic. Well, here we have the Queen Mother, the pillar of her kingdom. The earth is her throne and her adornment. She is conscious of the ripple of creation from her womb to the seeds that birth new life in the lands. Now, at her crown here, we see this. What do you call that precious stone? Is that an aventurine? I think it might be. She has a large aventurine stone bringing the abundance, good fortune, and balance needed to rule her kingdom. Now, the Queen Mother is not only the partner of the chief, but is also an advocate for her people. Now, today in Ghana, I have a number of clients in Ghana, which is in West Africa, who I deal with over FaceTime and Skype. There are over 10,000 Queen Mothers. Now, in the Kingdom of Benin, the Queen Mother is essential to the well-being and protection of the Oba, which is the king, and by extension, the entire kingdom. Now, you've received this card here, so she is asking you to review how you are developing yourself and your relationships. What is the source of your power and creative energy? What are you bringing forth into this world? Are you working from a space of masculinity or ego? Do you need the balance found in the feminine and the communal energy of the Queen Mother? Allow the Queen Mother to come to you, to guide you through the birthing of a new sense of fulfillment and well-being. I think this also speaks that at this time you'll have a strong love for nature, and you'll be a natural parental figure. And you may even be strongly service-oriented, you know. I don't think anybody's going to be able to categorize you as being either intellectual or emotional. You'll have a good balance between the two. You will have strong leadership ability. And this is, of course, a particularly good card for women here. Understand this, though, that the beauty you see in others which attracts you to them is a beauty that you carry within yourself. You are in the process of unfolding and evolving your femininity, if you're a woman, and if a man, those feminine aspects of you which balance and strengthen the masculine qualities that you have. But this might be the right time to work through and clarify any unresolved mother-child conflicts. In your life, is there a strong, beautiful woman from whom you would like to learn? Visualize your ideal woman. Write down her most important qualities. Try to find these in others and yourself, and surround yourself with beauty and abundance. Say to yourself, I give and I receive wisely. I realize that the capacity to receive is equally as powerful as the capacity to give. I value the healing power of beauty, harmony, and love. I am filled with power and beauty. We might stay on that top line, I think, and look at this other woman that's here. Let's have a look at her. Don't you just love that image? What a great image that is. Well, this is strength. Strength, of course, is an abundant energy, an infinite well that you have the power to tap into. Now, strength sees, with clarity, the larger picture and the cycle of the eternal. Strength boldly pushes through to the heart of the matter with focused intensity. This is what you will be doing. Now, I'm just looking at the crown here. This crown is... that blossoms a jeweled hibiscus plant, a symbol not only of love and passion, but maybe also of psychic awareness. Now, at the heart of strength is the lion, who has been tamed instead of contained. The lion carries strength with honor and courage because the lion knows that dominion, wisdom, and power are its birthright as they are of yours. Now, the medallions across strength's chest here, just looking at those, well, they're a reminder of past victories won and a symbol of well-deserved confidence. I think you're being reminded, in a sense, to stand for your own power and to remain in tune with the wisdom in your heart. The battle isn't against the external at the moment, but rather what lies within, is what I'm getting. Strength is calling for you to recognize your efforts and to continue to stand firm, because the victory actually is already in your hands. You simply have to take hold of your throne. Now, when you do lack confidence, it can cast a cloud over your own inherent abilities. You no longer see the gifts that run through your veins, making you vulnerable to manipulative forces that would have you believe that you are anything but powerful. Now, it's okay to be territorial and stand firm for what you know is right for you, because this is how you build inner trust and intuition over time. Each decision you entrust yourself with strengthens the bond between you and your higher self. You'll find it easier to find your center and align your mind, body, and spirit. And from there, you can flow effortlessly through whatever challenge life throws up your way. Now, the astrology of this card actually is Leo ruled by the sun with Uranus exalted. And this speaks to me of great courage and strength that you'll have at this time and control of love forces. Do you know, I'm getting a sense of a very strong love affair here as well. This could be one that you enter into, or if you're in a partnered relationship, there could well be and I think there will be a deepening of the love that's there. You will be overcoming old fears and conditionings, and you'll be understanding and recognizing your inherent talents, strength, and energy that flows through your veins, as I say. Now, it might also be the case that you challenge conventional views on what a spiritual path should be like and what qualities are needed to pursue or teach the spiritual way. It's also the case here that you need to understand that you are not going to be punished by God, because God has no moral issues about your love life. So don't have any guilt or self-inflicted punishment in those areas. Rather, this is a time for you to have a passion for a particular situation or a passion for life, because I think that you'll be engaging with life to the fullest and you'll be comfortable with your sexuality. Accept your carnal desires for what they are, even if they're only done in a fantasy sense. There's nothing wrong with that. Rejoice in them, but don't let them throw your life out of balance. Yeah, again, I'm getting a relationship here with sexual and emotional intensity. I also get you doing something because you just like to do it without overanalyzing it. If you are ready to accept all that you find in yourself, you will be able to move through everything with deep sensitivity, awareness, love, and understanding. What areas of your life would you like to live out more fully? What has prevented you from doing so in the past? Are you ready to deal with these anew? Take everything in with more awareness. Do you know, you often experience emotions such as love, sadness, pain, rage, or fear as obstacles, only because you haven't learned to use them as potential energy. And say this to yourself: I enjoy expressing my energy, vitality, and enthusiasm in all that I experience. I am a person of character and strength. I have unlimited creative resources to tap into. I enjoy living life to the utmost. Now let's see, where are we in the scheme of things here? Well, why don't we deal with what's smack in the middle? And that is what I think is this. What is that? It's the Ace of Coins. Yeah. Okay. Well, what's this going to mean for you? Let me just get the vibe here and let's look at it. You know, do you know that with the sprouting of a seed comes the opportunity for new life? And from this new life, a chance to bear an abundance of fruit. The Ace of Coins is the embodiment of this seed. The energy is there for material achievement, good fortune, and great health. It's the beginning of a wonderfully abundant time for you. Now there's a Greek coin, an old Greek coin by the looks of things that's in the middle there, and that bears the face of some unidentified person of African descent. Now the coin is seen as an important evidence, I think, of the links between between northeast Africa and southeastern Europe. Above it, on top of a crystal orb, sits what I think is an ancient primeval goddess. And I think that she is a symbol in this context of wellness, peace, joy, and rejuvenation. In the middle of the chest is another ancient coin there, which depicts a bull, a symbol of power and prosperity. And below it is, now this thing here in this tan color, that is an old African currency called a manila, which was also worn as jewelry to indicate status. And below that is this necklace thing here, a large necklace of cowrie shells. And the cowrie shell mimics the shape of the woman's vulva, giving it associations with fertility and wealth. Now I think that Aries, I think that Gemini and Taurus are likely to be important to you. This is the root of the powers of the earth, and it speaks to me of inner and outer richness, great success, and the unification of the body and soul, material and spirit, heaven and earth. In a word, wholeness is here. Now there is really the beginning here. Aces are about beginnings of something that's really tangible. It speaks of building prosperity and growth and material abundance and improving finances. Now this could come about as a result of a pay rise or getting a job, or could just be good luck, maybe some unexpected money or a windfall from a lottery. I think this energy here mirrors your readiness to live a life that is inwardly and outwardly rich. All that is needed is already at hand. Give yourself up to the fullness of life and learn to use your wings. What areas of your life would you like to make richer? Work intensively on discovering and developing your potential, your inner wealth, and remain open for every form of enrichment in your life. And say this to yourself at this time: wealth is my natural condition. I am in harmony with the flow of nature. Wealth allows me to express my spirituality and creative potential in this world. I welcome in wealth. Let's have a look at the card that's down here, and it looks like an acrobat of some description. This is the Two of Coins, and what do I think it might represent? Well, it represents, I guess, the act of balancing the complexities of life. Those who live at the intersection of multiple identities understand this well. And I think you have a number of identities, don't you? Of masks that you present to the world. Now, you have survived by code switching, strategically maneuvering through the world via language. It's not simply using a professional tone versus a relaxed one. For some of us, disguising who we are is essential to survival, and has been throughout all of history. But you know how taxing it is to be everything to everybody? And you can easily find yourself stretched too thin sometimes. You may feel a duty or obligation to be more, or even something you are not, just for the comfort of others. And you drop the ball when your inner needs and external expectations are no longer in harmony. And this can result in very real and tangible consequences. But the good news is that the astrology in this position for this card is extremely beneficial for you, because it is Jupiter, your planet, ruling the first decan of Capricorn, the 23rd of December to the 2nd of January. This is a sense of harmonious change going on in your life here. Jupiter in Capricorn. Now, you might think that that's potentially inharmonious because Jupiter is all about expansion and Capricorn is all about conservatism and practicality. But because we're so high up here, this is the 2, and we're just close to this ace, which is here. This is the ace of coins, and there's the 2. I'm not worried about any problems between Jupiter and Capricorn. But rather I think there'll be a lot of movement, flux and change, and maybe a few ups and downs for you, going through some changes. A lot of multitasking I see there. You could well find that you have a heavy workload, but you will be enjoying your work. And I think there could be a welcome change, allowing you to move into a better phase in your life. I don't need to tell you that you have to learn to go with the flow in your life and trust in the process of change so that you can find harmony and balance. But constant changes in fortunes can sometimes make things difficult, challenging to get off the ground. But for you, this is a time when things have the opportunity to move forward because there is nothing financially or materially set in stone for you at the moment. You are in harmony in this suit of discs, which is about standard of living and wealth. But it does remind you, I think, to make sure that your day-to-day affairs are in order. I know it's a bit of a drag, but this is something of an energy here of good management of your practical affairs and finances. And getting on top of bills and chores actually kind of is as important as pursuing more enjoyable activities. You know, your life is subject to constant change, which allows you to grow, extending and expanding you, and ultimately enriching you. So give yourself up to the transformation with trust. And ask yourself what internal or external changes are going on in your life. Be aware of them, and be aware of where you are still clinging. And say to yourself, I trust in the harmony of my life and in the flow of my life, because every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Now, I think that takes us finally, doesn't it, to this 3 of gourds, which you drew. Again, another fascinating image. I think this deck is really, really interesting. Now, let's have a look here. What on earth is going on? Well, I see a bright and beautiful morning, and as the light begins to rise, 3 women have prepared their gourds to receive what is to come. Water pours into the largest bowl as it fills, overflowing into the other sisters' bowls. The women celebrate and dance around, sloshing and becoming drenched in the refreshing waters from above. Love fills their hearts, extending to one another. It's a joyous time. Really it is. And it is for you. The watering hole is where we find not only our physical nourishment, but also our friendship and time of bonding. And what is the watering hole for you? Now, this speaks to me of abundance, which is good for you. The astrology is of Mercury in the 2nd decan of Cancer, that 2nd to the 11th of July. Well, Cancer. Cancer is the most maternal of the signs, and well placed here, I see, mystically in the number 3, because mystically the number 3 is almost like the womb of the universe in a sense. I won't go into the mystical reasons for that. But, you know, Cancer people communicate with sensitive, withdrawn and thoughtful way, don't they? Their nature is gentle and intuitive. Sometimes they can take things a bit personally, I have to say, and become defensive, but that's the way it is, I suppose. But Mercury in Cancer. Well, Mercury is about will and communications, and Cancer is about nurturing. So you'll find that you can express your feelings fully with people that you are close to, which enrich your life. There really is here an overflowing exchange of love, rare, valuable feelings and perceptions which can be communicated intimately. The love represented here is of the highest order. It is available to be shared, I think, with only a small circle of people. Now, these three gourds may stand for the three important people in your life with whom you can exchange these precious and exquisite feelings with great intimacy. Now, such relationships are rare gifts. Care for them with respect and gratitude. I think you have something especially valuable to share. Be open for the people who can share these exquisite feelings with you. They are also a gift. You don't need to look for them. Are there any people to whom you have not yet outwardly expressed the love that you feel for them? Give whatever you would like to now in full awareness of your boundless riches. And say this to yourself at this time. Today, life gives me everything that I need to be happy. Because it truly does. That is the way it is for you this month. Did you like that? I certainly enjoyed providing it to you, and thank you very much for joining me for your March 2022 reading. Now, if you did enjoy it on the way out, please do me the favor of smashing the like button. It's good for the YouTube thing, the software algorithm that allows more people to see the readings. But in the meantime, I want you to remember one thing, though, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.